like slamming beer in the morning.
You know?
Go.
Hi, I'm John. I'm the general manager of Dublin's Irish Pub in Oshkosh.
And I'm Ian. I'm the head dishwasher here at Dublin's Irish Pub.
Perfect. And I'm Lee from the Oshkosh Beer Blog, and we're going to talk about 3 breweries that are new to this area that are bringing their beer in, 3 Wisconsin breweries. And then we're going to get into a beer dinner that you guys are going to have here on April 26th at Dublin's, introducing one of these breweries. But let's start off with a beer. They don't give them the flashiest names.
Brown Ale.
Brown Ale. Okay, so we're going to start off with City Lights Brewing Company of Milwaukee. They just opened in February. So this is a brand new brewery, yeah. And what we have here from them is Brown Ale. I think it's a 5.6% Brown Ale. Big kind of rich malty note up front. Some caramel in there. These guys, do you remember Four Brothers Blended Brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This grew out of that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it just kind of evolved in this thing. And it's kind of like, it's got a little bit of a hop note at the end.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
A little bit more bitter
Yeah.
than I was expecting.
So they have 4 beers up here now in Oshkosh, Brown Ale and Amber Ale, and 2 IPAs. One session IPA and the other's a, regular, regular straight up IPA.
It's real drinkable.
Yeah, it is.
And like we were saying before, it's like brown ales. That's why I got this, because you don't see brown ales anymore. With the way IPAs have come in, they've kind of wiped out a lot of these other styles. So
Brown ales and amber ales.
yeah,
And
yeah.
nice drinkable malty ales are kind of going away.
But that one's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, let's move on to beer number 2. I like the aroma on this. Okay, so beer number 2. This is 2 Stall Chocolate Milk Stout from Ahnapee Brewery of Algoma, Wisconsin. And Algoma is like about 80 miles from Oshkosh?
Yeah, it's about right. It's like 20 miles northeast of Green Bay.
Yeah, like on your way into the peninsula,
Yeah,
up into the thumb, yeah.
It's
So,
very close to Door County.
It's got that really nice sweet lactose kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And there's a pretty good hint of chocolate in here, too.
You said this is milk stout, so that would make
Yeah,
sense.
5.5% ABV. So again, this is pretty drinkable beer. Yeah, there's only 2 beers we're getting from Ahnapee right now. This and an amber ale. They're both like 5.5%. I've had the amber ale too. That was really good.
Oh, it's really nicely balanced too. Not too heavy like milk stouts can kind of get. I know it's
Yeah.
kind of part of the style, but
Yeah, and there's enough roast in there to keep it kind of interesting.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
don't-
too sweet.
You don't get too much of the lactose sweetness, but it's still nice.
yeah, balanced.
Very well balanced.
So they started in 2013. So they've been going like almost 4 years now. And they just put in a bottling line like last year. So now we're starting to get they're real limited distribution, but now we're starting to get their stuff here in Oshkosh.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to the star of the show. Our third beer is from the Fermentorium in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. They started producing beer exactly a year ago.
Yeah, like a year and almost a month.
Yeah.
It's really close.
And the guy that, we were talking about this earlier, the guy that is the brewmaster there had come up to Oshkosh, this is like 3 years ago, to Brews and Blues, and he was handing out his beer as a home brewer then. So
Right.
we kind of got to have his beer at least a little earlier.
The few of us that were at that Blues and Brews that can remember that.
Okay, so this is, what do we got here? Paper Plains Bock Lager brewed with wild rice, 6.6% ABV.
Very, very low on the IBU.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that is. It's got like that really. It finishes a little drier than some bocks,
Yeah,
but it's got a nice
definitely.
creamy kind of mouthfeel. So, John, explain this. What's paper?
Okay, so I was
Plains.
doing a little bit of digging around on the Fermentorium's website today, and like we were saying, they just celebrated their 1-year anniversary, and the 50-year anniversary is the golden anniversary, 25 is silver. Well, it turns out the 1-year anniversary is paper. So for the
least
1 year
worthy
anniversary.
anniversary.
Right. 2 is probably 10. Who knows? But yes, for their 1 year anniversary, they decided to name their beer Paper Planes, and it is. I might get this wrong. It is the brewmaster's favorite style of beer, and he went completely traditional with it, except for one ingredient, and that would be the wild rice. So it's a very traditional German bock, except with wild rice in it instead.
And I don't know if it's from that wild rice, but there's almost like a light cherry note in a way in here.
It's a little bit of fruity.
Yeah.
It's like a stone fruity kind of thing.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Like cherry wood almost.
Right. Yeah, like almost like the pit or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, this is excellent beer.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm
Just
very
finishes
impressed.
that
This
sort
was
of that lingering kind of honey, kind of sweetness
Yeah.
to it right in the end.
I've been down to their tap room and had a lot more beer than I probably should have had. But every beer I had down there was really good.
Yeah, I've been able to try, or I've been able to try. You've tried all of them. Well, that we're gonna have for the dinner.
Yeah.
Good selection.
The sweater weather,
Yep.
which we'll have for the dinner,
Yep.
was their
Imperial
Imperial
Milk
Milk
Stout.
Stout,
Yep.
and that was just like really, really nice. Just a super solid milk stout.
Not too sweet.
Not too sweet. Then what I was impressed with was we picked a second stout for the dinner, and that was the Mexican chocolate stout, which was just like completely polar opposite, just super dry baking chocolate,
Yep. Roast.
roasty, yeah. And I also got to try their Great Job,
Yep. It's a red IPA.
the red IPA, which was really good. So
It's earthy kind of hoppiness.
And the other beer that's kind of like making waves for them is Juice
Juice Packets is their big one.
which is they're calling it a pale ale, but it's kind of in that vein where it's sort of like the
what is
topple,
pale ale?
yeah,
What
like
is IPA?
Yeah.
that toppling Goliath kind of
Yeah.
New England style.
Huge grapefruit,
Yeah.
citrus,
Right.
not too bitter or anything like that.
Okay, so we're getting these beers now for the first time in Oshkosh, but you guys are going to introduce Fermentorium to Oshkosh with this beer
Yeah,
dinner.
kind of the official introduction. It's only the
You talk,
Fermentorium
I'll
has
pour.
only been in Oshkosh for it's been less than a month. And I was telling Lee earlier, when we set up this dinner, it was completely sight unseen. We weren't able to get any of the beer in at the time, so it was kind of a nerve-wracking process. But because I had heard so much about the beer, and after I talked to Ian about it, we decided that it would be a good fit for a beer dinner. It's really exciting because we could actually kind of launch the beer
Yeah.
with a beer dinner.
Yeah, that is cool. It's a really good way to do it, you know.
It's turned out to be less stressful than I envisioned it, because we got the beer in
Yeah.
right
no-
away.
no
We were able
problems
to
with
crack
it.
out some ideas for a menu.
And the cool thing about this too is with the beer dinners, we always try and get something interesting, something new that people haven't had before. And with the fact that we're sort of launching the Fermentorium here in Oshkosh with this beer dinner, it's gonna be great because no one will have had any of these beers unless you would travel to Cedarburg to try
Right.
them at the tap room. So it's an exciting kind of.
I think
opportunity
there
for us.
are some places around town that have package of it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it on draft anywhere,
I haven't seen it anywhere.
but I would, aside from obviously coming to check out our beer dinner, I would recommend to look for it, because everything that I've had from them so far has been very, very good.
So, Ian, do you have the menu worked out?
Yep. For the most part.
Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah, I mean, we're like we always do here at the Dublin's beer dinners, we try and just challenge ourselves in the kitchen, do things that we aren't, usually able to do. We'll be doing some interesting techniques, some slow cooking of some beef, on the bone type items. We're going to be doing some interesting sort of desserts like we always do. I don't want to give too much away, but over the next couple of weeks, we'll start to be probably releasing a little bit more information.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think once we have the menu finalized, you'll be able to find that on Facebook. Hopefully in the next
Few days.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So that's April 26th.
Yes.
Which is a Wednesday night, right?
Wednesday night, April 26th. It starts at 6 o'clock. I like to say allow 2 hours, but generally we've been getting done at like 7:45.
Yeah.
So it's not a full 2 hour commitment really. $35, you get a 5-course meal paired with 5 wonderful Fermentorium beers, and they're always a blast. They're just so much fun.
Yeah, they are.
They're fun for us. They're
They're
fun
great
for everybody that comes.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome, man.
Yeah. Hey, cheers.
Prost, guys.
Thank you very much.